Hey y'all, it's your girl Big Angela Goddess from Insecure, and you are tuned into a series that I like to call Insecure to Insecure. Welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, thank you so much for tuning in. I would really appreciate it if y'all would like, comment, subscribe, and even share my videos. Help me get some exposure, help me get out there. At Insecure to Insecure, we are just gonna have light little chit chats about the state of self-love, self-esteem, and security amongst women in the media, social media influencers, celebrities, i.e. Well-known business women. Like, these are the women that we look up to every day, whether you're trying to or not, on your social media feed. So I just want to use these women as examples to basically have conversation that, you know, no matter what status that you are, insecurities are real, self-esteem is real, and I just feel like there are certain things that need to be discussed, and sometimes we don't want to put a mirror to our insecurities. We want to believe that we look up to people who we think are perfect, and we kind of adapt that idea that, oh, Beyonce doesn't go through anything, but that's not true. So long story short, I like to use women in the media. I'm usually a fan of these women. Last week I did Summer Walker, and I love Summer Walker. Definitely nothing to belittle, to judge anyone. I promise it's just light conversations using these examples. And of course, I'm going to relate my own stories to these topics or whatever. So long story short, let me get to it. As you can see by the title, we are going to be talking about body positivity and how plastic surgery and self-love work together. And I'm going to use our little sister, Jayda Wayda. Now you're probably wondering, why would I use Jayda Wayda? If you can't tell, I'm in my 30s. I just turned 34, and she is much younger. Well, not much younger. I think she's like 27, but she is a very successful entrepreneur. She is a social media influencer, like I said. She's a mom. She's known as being like Lil Baby, the rapper's baby mama, but like I said, she's very successful in her businesses and stuff, so she's not just that. She's been brand ambassadors for big names like Fashion Nova and True Religion and things like that. I wanted to tune in to her because I listened to her in an interview where she said that she had her boobs done when she was 18. And I got onto her because I like Poor Minds, who are closer to my age group. That's Lex and Drea on the podcast Poor Minds. And they were on a podcast with Jayda Wayda and her best friend Des Dior. And that's when I kind of was like, they're young, but I can kind of listen to them and I can see that they are trying to grow as young women. So once again, this is more so like a big sister perspective, looking at her and the things that she was saying in her interview. So I saw her on The Impact, which was like a reality show that was released on BT that I watched one day that I was bored. So I got a little bit more in depth on her on there. And I'm just learning more about her the more I listen to her interviews and stuff like that. But back to what I was saying, she, around 16 or 17, said that she asked her mom if she could get her boobs done. And of course her mom was like, no, when you can sign your name on that paper when you're 18, then you can go get your boobs done. So that's exactly what she did. She turned 18 and she went and got her boobs done. And then I heard in another interview somewhere else, on a live or something that she was on, she said that she got butt shots, not a BBL, when she was 20. And the butt shots is even scarier because they're not legal. They are very much illegal. You're not supposed to get them. And she even said that herself. She says that's why she doesn't talk about it. Like, everybody assumes she has a BBL, but really she got butt shots. And honestly, you can tell. And that's part of the reason, I'm not trying to be messy, but that's part of the reason why I want to, quote, sit little sis down and try to see what is it that we are as women, because I don't want to judge anybody. What are we trying to get out of having all of these surgeries? And if we say that we love ourselves and we're this baddie and I'm the baddest, this, and that, and the third, do you really believe that deep down inside, or is it just because of the physical transformations that you've had? Like, I struggle with that. And then especially with Jayda Wayda being so young, it's like we're seeing this trend where girls are getting surgeries at younger and younger ages. It's like you have to get your woman body and have a kid or two and all these things, but they're like just skipping that and they're going directly to, oh, when I turn 18, I'm gonna get the boobs, I'm gonna get the BBL, all the things. In addition to the butt shot, she said that, what other surgery has she had? She had her like eyelids done. Like, you know how some people have like the flap here? Apparently she had that and she just wanted that removed. So that's something minor. And I did want to break that down too. Like, is there a thin line between minor changes and major changes, or is plastic surgery plastic surgery? Once again, the only reason that we're focusing on Jayda Wayda is, do you think that she was too young? Is 18 too young to be like, let me go get my boobs done, and then 2 years later get ass shots? Like, things that are going to, sometimes people don't wake up from these things. And these girls, especially with the influence of social media, they feel like that's what they have to look like. And I just think that we need to raise a red flag. From the perspective of insecurities and self-esteem, I can't speak for anybody. Jayda Wayda seems to be a girl who's confident, who loves herself, but at the same time, the same interviews where she's exposing the surgery she's had, she will say things that shows that she cares a lot about what the media thinks about her. Like, she even did a lie detector test on one of the podcasts just to prove, like, answering questions from fans just to prove things to the fans. Or when people attack her in the media for an outfit she had on or something, she will address it in the podcast. It's like, we have to see past this thing where the pretty girls, the girls who are fine with the nice bodies, the sexy girls, the loud and proud girls, we have to stop assuming that they really love themselves, because a lot of them don't. And that's the truth. It's just the truth. We have to stop assuming that because she's pretty, because she has the hair, because she has the body, because she has the popularity, that she loves herself. Because with all the fine strippers and social media influencers and just celebrities in general and girls who do OnlyFans, like the whole spectrum of women, everybody is getting their body done. And if you really love yourself as you are, is it okay to get your body done? Or can you be a person who loves yourself, but if you have the opportunity to get something done, you're gonna do it? If you have the money, the resources, why wouldn't you fix these things that you don't like about yourself? It's two sides to it. And I just have to, like, for myself, uncover which is the healthy side. And by spectrums of surgeries that I mentioned earlier, like, especially in the Black community, if you get your butt done, it's like conversation. But getting your boobs done, it's like people accept that more, especially like when you have kids and stuff. We all know the titties change. So it's like, okay, she can do that. But I think the BBLs and stuff is so life-threatening that it's like, why would you do that? And that's also a key, is that it's life-threatening. Like, thousands, if not millions, I'll probably say thousands of women are flying across country and going places to get their butt done and flying right back. Some of them are not doing proper care afterwards and taking care of their wounds and stuff like that. And it's scary because they can die. Like, we've heard stories of people who have literally died, and it's like, is it that serious? Do you want your butt to be this big so bad? Like, why can't you go to the gym? And that's so easy to say, but at the same time, certain shapes and certain bodies are never going to get that figure. No matter how much you go to the gym, we're never, because I'm including myself, never going to look like the BBL shape. And it's like, so many women are getting that everybody's starting to look like they have the same body. Now, my perspective on it is, you know, I think everybody can do what they want to do for themselves. I can't judge how a person feels about themselves. Like I said, some of these girls who have their bodies done seem like the most confident girls. They know they're it. They know they got it. Whether they only feel that way once they got the body or not, I don't really know. But I just feel like people should be able to decide what they want to do with their body. But I think we should try to just work on the things we can change without surgery first. Like running to get a BBL and lipo and tummy tucks and all these things without going to the gym first or dieting. Like, you have to try for yourself. You have to try before you lay down on the table and risk yourself dying. I'm going to be honest and say that I have had low self-esteem for most of my life. Well, at least I thought I did. I've always called it low self-esteem, but I just think that I had some issues with accepting my body because I used to hear like negative things and little jokes that were taken to heart and things like that from people that I felt like should have been pouring into me. And I just always struggled with being skinny, with, you know, like I could go shopping with somebody and, oh, you look good in this if you just had some more meat on your bones. Like, I heard that so much growing up, and just my, like, not really having a shape. I was kind of a late bloomer. I didn't really get boobs and stuff like that when everybody else was. It was just like, I didn't really care for my body. But long story short, just recently, I don't think I've ever talked about this publicly, but before I found out I was pregnant, a few months before then, I had actually committed to getting a BBL. And looking back, I am so glad that I did not make that decision. I genuinely feel like me getting pregnant saved me from doing that to myself. I had paid the money, y'all, like the deposit down. That's how serious it was. I had sent my pictures in, my before pictures, so that they can see where they were going to pull fat from. As you can see, I ain't gonna stand up, but I'm slim, like I said, and it was just like I was gonna force it. I was gonna make it happen. I was gonna spend all that money and probably was gonna hate the results. And then I'm a person whose weight goes up and down. And we all know when the thighs don't match, it just look a complete mess. And I get really skinny sometimes. And it's just like, imagine me with this big old fake butt and these skinny legs. Like, it's not cute. And I have to ask myself, not using anybody for example, would you say you loved yourself at that time that you were willing to do that? And no, I didn't. I'm not exactly sure why. I was happy at the time. I was newly in a relationship with my now husband, and he poured into me, but it didn't matter how much my man poured into me. It was just like, I have to love me for me. And I felt like I wanted to have a BBL. I felt like no matter how much I squat and worked out, I was never gonna get a big old Judy booty. And it wouldn't even look right on me. But I had convinced myself, like I was telling myself, oh, they have this thing called the skinny BBL where skinny girls get it. They take fat from your arms and everywhere else to try to make it happen just to give you a little plumpness. You can get that, whatever. I was spending hours on YouTube watching the aftercare videos, watching girls just vlog the whole experience. Like, I was obsessed, like every day watching these videos, and I didn't love myself. I felt to be at that point for me it might have been like $500-$600 or something deposit, y'all. So serious. To do that, and just to think I need a bigger butt, and to think of where I am now. I have done 12 weeks consistently in the gym for the first time ever, and seeing transformations with my body. It's like, girl, you didn't have to do that. So speaking for myself, I do think getting surgery to that magnitude when it's life-threatening and all that is like, you really hate something about yourself. It bothers you so much that God gave you this shape that you would lay your life down for it. And I think it's just a matter of embracing how you naturally are and changing what you can. And if you can't change it, then you just have to accept that that's the way God made you. Aside from the titties and ass and all that, like, there was a point in time where I slightly thought about getting my nose done. For the most part, I have always embraced my African looking features. I'm aware that I have full lips. I'm aware that I have a full nose. I'm aware that I have dark skin. But I'll never forget one time, y'all, the kid said to me, "Why is your nose so flat?" And I was like, huh? And up until then, I don't even think I was aware that I was a person with like a wider nose. Like he said flat as a kid, but I just like, I'm aware that the bridge of my nose is pretty wide all the way down. And my husband even jokes with me about how thick my nose is. I just have a black nose, a really black African nose. And I may have scrolled online a few times looking at rhinoplasty, like a nose job, like, or maybe if I just slim it out. But now I don't have an issue with my nose, in all honesty. Like, I'm not finna get it changed. I see what it looks like when people get their nose done, like Michael Jackson and the Jackson family. I'm sorry, but I can't walk around my nose like that. And then I just started watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it's a couple of them with their nose done, and they talk all nasally and stuff. Like, I'm good on that. I like my nose as is, and I'm aware of like makeup now, contouring, highlighting. Like, if I don't want my nose to look as big with the look, then I just narrow it out with makeup. Like, I don't need to go under the knife and change my natural appearance. Now, where I am stuck, in all honesty, is that I really do want to have a boob job. I feel like my breasts were nice and full, of course, in my 20s, but then I had a baby and I breastfed her for like 3 to 4 months. And when I tell you, when I stopped breastfeeding, my boobs just went like pancakes. Like, they're filling out now. They may even look a little firm on camera right now just because I'm like PMSing, and you know, your breasts get firm and stuff during that time. But I honestly have moments where I'm like finna take a shower or something. I'm just looking at myself like, girl, where are your boobs? Where your titties at? And I joke about it with my husband, and he's not concerned at all. And he's like, I see the difference, but it don't really bother me that much. But I do want to go up a cup size or something. I don't like that I don't have cleavage. Like, I want to wear things and for the cleavage to show and for it to just be sitting up. But I can honestly say I don't feel like I hate the way I am now. So if I were to get my breasts done, to answer the question of this whole discussion, does that mean I don't love myself? And that's where I am with not judging women in the media, because I can understand how you can actually be okay with yourself and still say, well, I got the money to fix this. Why wouldn't I? Because realistically, I'm talking about like, I'm on the fence about having my boobs done, but if I had the money, I probably would have been got them done. Like, not that I'm not broke or that it can't happen, but if I was like on the status of some of these women and I could just do it, the best doctors and everything, it probably would have been months after I had the baby, like, doc, I'm ready, you know? So, yeah. So one more thing I want to say about the body positivity and how we need to be careful with just loving ourselves and not doing anything life-threatening to ourselves or anything that we can't reverse is because there's always trends. Like, we follow culture. These girls are rushing to get these jobs done because they are chasing culture. They are chasing what they see in the media. And that's the thing. The media is always changing. Culture is always changing. There's going to be a time where the model slim-like figures are it. And then it's all about the thick girls. And then it might go back to being slim again. Or it might be slim thick, something new. You know, it could be anything. And it's just like, in 5 to 10 years, everybody with a BBL, are they gonna be looking crazy? Is everybody gonna go back to preferring the natural figure, a slim figure? You know, like, you can't chase something that's like trendy. You can never win when you chase. You can never win when you chase trends. I was struggling to get that out. You can never win when you chase trends. Right. You can't. So, all in all, love yourselves, work out, eat clean, drink your water, invest in some hobbies, do things that make you feel good. Surround yourself with people that make you feel good. Your friends shouldn't be shading things about yourself that make you feel insecure. Your relationship, the man you with or the woman you with, shouldn't be making you feel insecure about how you look or anything like that. Like, you have to have people that pour into you. If you're overweight, don't be ashamed about being overweight. Just get with somebody that's okay with you being overweight, somebody that will push you to work out with you and all those types of things. Like, we have to shift our mindset when it comes to these things. And most of all, just love yourself. Practice affirmations. The things you don't like about yourself, speak to those things. Give those things life. Empower those things. I love my big old nose. My little titties is flat, but guess what? They fed a baby. She was nice and plump off of my breast milk. What can you really say after that? Like, I love my skin. I have had braces twice and my teeth keep spacing out. Guess what? These are my teeth. Just accept it. I'm there now. I had a little pooch after having a baby. I'm in the gym. Just love yourselves. That's all I got today, y'all. I hope you liked this episode. And if you didn't watch my episode last week, we were talking about Summer Walker and serial dating. So please go back and tune into that. I'll see y'all next week. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things that these YouTubers say. Leave me some comments about what you think about this discussion, how you feel about plastic surgery and self-love and how they intertwine, if they do, if they don't. Thank y'all. See y'all next week.